This is a 2007 Nissan Micra, and on this car today, if your indicator light stalk or your wiper stalk, this one here, has broken or is not functioning, then I'm going to show you how to take it off and how to replace that. So you just need to loosen this a little and then wiggle this off. Now we're going to put it under here so it doesn't come back and touch any metal there. Now what you can do is put a plastic carrier bag or polyester bag or a cloth around it. So there we are. So that's not going to spring back up. And then for this one, take the cover off and take that off as well. Done. Wiggle that off and just leave it cover down. There we are. So you've got two of these guys, cover, flat small screwdriver, and just pop that open. There, keep that to one side. Now there's another one of these on the other side. So this is the right size one. I don't know the size, you'll just need a set. I'm using someone's all mixed pieces. So there, and then go in at an angle. Actually now it might actually come off like that. Yep, so that's coming off. And you got to do the same on the other side here. So now we're doing the left side. If your piece is not magnetic, it might get stuck like that. So pick up something that's like this, a magnetic, and just bring it up. There we are. And it looks like this. So keep that to one side. So now this is where your airbag is. Carefully take it off. There's a couple of cables behind it. It just slides out. Put it down. There we are. Now be careful with this one. You need a small flat screwdriver to lift this part up. So there, we need you to get a smaller screwdriver, really flat and under, almost like a blade, and lift up, and the whole thing just came off. Wow. So it all came off in one go. So that came out of the yellow thing, and then I applied enough force, that also came out of this guy. There we have to use an extension because that's buried inside. So we've got extension here. There we are, and hold on to the steering wheel or it's going to probably lock anyway. So there we are. There's your nut. There's a washer built in, part of the nut. Okay. Now where we go? There we are, and the wheel comes off. Now, as the wheel comes off, be careful guys. This wire is got to go through there, and it's part of the squib. There we are. So to take these covers off, we can see visible one screw here, one here, and one in there. So we're going to take them off, and then hopefully this shell should just clip and come away. So here we got Phillips, and this deep one can't see, but I reckon it's a Phillips as well. So these are quite short, only about that deep, but that one goes really deep in there. So it might be a bit of a challenge. So put it there and just make sure it hits the head. There we are. So then just unscrew and take that off, take that off, take that off. So the 3 screws that came from underneath are all the same design, but have a look at this. These front ones are that deep in, and this back one, the inner, is that far in. So it'll be a bit of a balancing act trying to get it in there. Just make sure when you come to put it back on, it goes in the hole and you can feel it catching on the thread properly and straight. Now to take the covers off, you want to make sure you get a tiny little thin screwdriver or a blade like this, and underneath you've got your lever. If you have a lever for adjusting the steering wheel column height, you just want to make sure that's out of the way, and then get your hand underneath of the cover and just wiggle it a little bit. As you wiggle it, you'll get a little gap here, and using your thin blade or tiny little screwdriver, just prise it and give it a little wiggle and it comes away. Now the top is gone a little bit under the dash, so you have to just wiggle it. As I'm wiggling this, you'll see the bottom falls out. So there we are, and just put them to one side. So here we are, guys. So you got your left and right stalk, they're attached to this part. We got to take them off. Couple of Phillips in there, nice and deep. That's all I can see from the top. There's a cable here that when we come to take off, we're going to be, but it's got loads of slack and good protection there. That's about it. Oh, there's some more cables here we got to take off as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and undo these 2 big Phillips. So nice and deep in there. So we've undone the screw here, and the whole thing's become loose, but it's time to pivot on this cable here. Now to take this cable off, so get medium there, and you want to press just there, that little clip, and then wiggle this, and it will come away eventually. There we are. So that's come off. Now there's another cable underneath. I can't see underneath how to take this cable part off, so I'm just gonna wiggle this. So there's a plastic clip here, goes onto the Mestral chassis, so you press there and then there it comes off. Now there's a cable there. Now to get these guys off, you have to be very careful not to damage these, because this is part of the main loom in there, and even though you see a connection here, it's also part of a bigger part that goes into the car. If you damage this or these cables, then you've got a really expensive bill. Now to open this, get yourself a smallish flat screwdriver there, and here you want to, that part just want to go there, and the grey one's got to come off before the yellow one, because this one is trapped underneath this one and this one won't come off, no way, or else damage it there and there, and just prise it slowly. There we are, it just comes out the groove. Then get your finger and just wiggle that off. Okay, so it doesn't want to come off, give it a little bit more there. So that's the spring that's holding it in there. So that's one off, and then do the same with the yellow one. There we are. Alright, now I just realized, guys, I showed you taking this off. Remember, this was on the underneath, so this was actually round that way, so bear that in mind. Remember, this is underneath, and by taking that off, rotating it, we were able to work to this. Your wiper stalk is here, and if you need to change the wiper stalk, we'll show you this now. And this is your indicator and lights, same, very similar. So turn it over, and you've got your connections here. So to take your wipers stalk off, you've got 3. You've got a little switch like clip there, press it and it goes out of position, and you've got another one here, press it and it goes out of position. Now it's unlocked. Now you want to carefully, and if it goes back in, press those 2 side ones, press here and pull out. There we are. Don't forget the side little catch there, or else it's not going to come off. So that's our wipers, and then we'll show this one as well, same. So if you got a clip there, press and it comes out, press and then press and pull that way. Okay, I felt that one coming and catching, so I pushed that one back in. There we are. Alright, there we go. There's some sort of oil and grease.